My name is Rohn Starling, and I try to make every piece of content ministry. But that involves trying to be an integral part of whatever's happening in the world, in culture, in fashion, in faith, in music. And I get to represent the gospel in that and also show people how to be themselves and document and make content. And I'm also a pastor, so it's a pretty fun life I get to live. Someone said this, they said men used to go to war and Christians used to make cathedrals, and we don't really do that anymore. Creativity is, I would say, the practical function that we can to make our own cathedrals, whether that's in real life or on our phones. And I'm here to tell you today, we need to bring cathedrals back. We need to express our creativity the way that we were made to be so that the world can see what God put within us. And that's my mission. That should be all of our missions. God is allowing me to be in spaces I never thought that I could be. And I remember someone praying for me a long time ago. He was like, creativity is going to change your life. It's going to change your family's life. It's going to bring you in rooms that you didn't think that you could be in, and so many other things. And I'm really getting to experience that. Maybe about a month ago, I was in a Nike showroom and I was wearing my faith on my clothes with a couple of my friends, and I ended up talking to some reps at Nike for about an hour about God. I was only supposed to be in that room for 15 minutes. And I got to talk to everyone about God for about an hour or so. And I remember him looking at us and he was like, "You're a Christian?" And I'm like, "Yeah, bro." And he was like, "Oh, you literally have Jesus on your shirt." And I was like, "Yeah, you can be fly and show your faith as well." And then he kind of went around the room and was like, "You too, you too, you too." He's like, "Bro, you're wearing Chrome Hearts." And it's like, "Yeah, Chrome Hearts is literally a brand made off the cross." And so I'm trying to infiltrate everywhere that I go and make it ministry. And I think that we can all do the same thing. Whether that's in fashion, whether that's for a parent, whether if you are actually working within the church, we can represent God, because a lot of people have been presented the gospel in the wrong way. And sometimes they need to meet you. They need to meet me. They need to meet us. And we need to be at full capacity. So yeah, I'm trying to do that in every space that I'm in, no matter what it is that I'm doing. I think a lot of people are feeling the weight of imposter syndrome. I think a lot of people are feeling the weight of anxiety, burnout, a little bit of ADHD. And the reality is, two things can exist at the same time. Maybe you do have an impairment of some sort, but I'm actually here to encourage you to say, what if you dove into that? What if you actually pressed into the thing that might be hurting you the most and allow God to fix that, so that when it's your turn to show up, you can show up fully known, healed, and resting in God's identity? The Bible says that when I'm weak, He is made strong. But that actually means that we have to admit our weaknesses and allow God to fix them, allow God to face them. I think what we really need to do is understand everyone feels this way. None of us are really we're professionals, but we're not really professionals. You know what I'm saying? Of course you're gonna feel a little bit of imposter syndrome, but everybody feels that. NBA players, I just heard a story of Marilyn Monroe. She was one of the best models and actresses of all time, and she experienced imposter syndrome. And if she can experience that, I can experience that too, and press forward and do everything that God asked me to do. And if that's the case, I think we're all on the same page, and I think we can do this together. You don't get to see these people every day. But you kind of see them in their spaces, you see them in their profession, you see them doing their thing, but you don't get to actually meet face to face. You don't actually get to ask questions. You don't actually get to hear their thoughts. This is a space where we've opened up the ability for you to get into the brain of these leaders and ask them the questions that you've been dying to ask even yourself. Put yourself in this space. I'm not telling you to just come to Salt. I'm telling you to get everything you can to be here so that you can ask those questions, so you can get everything you can out of it. Why would I trust you at something if you're not going to maximize it as much as you possibly can? Bring out every resource you can from Salt, because we're giving it to you. If you don't get it, that means you didn't ask for it. So I'm not just saying get here, I'm saying be here, be a part of it, learn, ask questions, go to 3 different workshops at the same time, send other people, write the notes. Why? Because when is the next time you're actually going to see someone doing the thing that you've dreamed of? I got to see someone who was a part of choosing who the voice of Mickey Mouse was. What are we talking about? Look, I don't know what the next session holds, but all I know is that there's so much possibility in the next one. And that's enough curiosity for me to say, I'm gonna make sure I get there. Honestly, I'm gonna say the classic Instagram where you can find me, but no, find me here. If you see me here, I wanna say hi to you. I wanna meet you, I wanna shake your hand. I wanna ask you about your life, I wanna know about your family, I wanna know what your dreams are. So don't just connect with me, connect with me. Let's make social media social again by being social in real life. I wanna connect.